All right. Hey guys, we are live right here. I got my buddy Austin Schoppe. Austin Schoppe is a very good friend of mine. We've been buddies since we were little kids, but I'm gonna let him tell you more about himself. My name's Sam, and I wanna call this little mini series that we're doing Talkin Schop. What do you think? You like that?
Pretty good stuff.
Talkin Schop.
Talkin Schop.
Cheers, buddy.
Here we go.
Austin, you mind introducing yourself to?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm Austin Schoppe. Like Sammy said, we've been good buddies since we was wearing short pants and run around terrorizing the neighborhood. And love the guy, and we have fairly, I feel like anyway, sometimes philosophical, sometimes theological, sometimes retarded conversations, and we should maybe let some others in on it. So here we go.
All right, and comments are on. I've got my little thing right here. Matt Curley, thank you for logging in. Tree Limb Jim did a great job on my trees, by the way, so thank you for the recommendation. A real true arborist. So Schoppe, you were born in Texas. Where were you born?
This is correct. Dallas, Texas.
What hospital?
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian. I'm Baylor.
I was born, and don't let that, skew anybody's senses of my where I come from religiously. I was just born at Presbyterian Hospital.
We will make no assumptions on anybody's religion.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's free there. Gavin Malloy, one of my first guests on Growlersations. Gavin, you out there, buddy? I want to have you do a Growlersations series with me. Appreciate you checking in on us. So Schoppe, you were born and raised here. What was your where'd you go from there? Where'd you
brought up? Good, strong family, and best thing that
Bill and Candy, the best people out there.
Bill and Candy Schoppe, yes. But the biggest blessing I had was, and as far as I'm concerned, was the fact that they busted ass so that my brothers and I could grow up where we did and have the relationships like you and I have. We're 35.
Oh yeah.
But we're like brothers, and we've been that way since we was little.
Indeed, we're hitting our 20-year anniversary here.
I know,
either last year or soon.
And the thing is, not very many people get to have that opportunity for whatever reason. Not because their parents didn't work hard or they didn't work hard or whatever, but I feel like we were uniquely blessed in that sense.
Yeah.
And so, come from that same place you did. We enjoyed that. But yeah, man, and just kind of living the life and working, running cattle, and
we played football together. That was where we were busting some heads there at Highland Park, having a good time. You went on to Texas Tech. Well, I went and floundered in San Antonio.
Hey, man.
College ended up not being for me, but you pushed through the finish line, didn't you?
Sammy got to play in football games. See, I didn't do anything except get my ass kicked every day, but in practice. So while Sammy may have floundered and left, he actually saw more action than I did in football, interestingly.
So how was life at Texas Tech?
Good, man. That was the other thing that I feel really blessed with, because I got y'all guys, our crew or whatever, from growing up, which we all grew up together, but then it's like kind of a weird deal where the HP guys that went to Lubbock somehow ended up being the go-between of all the other schools, Ole Miss or UT or whatever they may have been, of friends. It's like, yeah, we were the central friend location, which was cool. So yeah, I came out of there with just as good of friends as I have in you, which I count as blessing.
Absolutely. My little brother just graduated from Tech, little Bowie.
I talked to him the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah. Except he's what was he, Fiji? Or Or no, he wasn't a
I believe
fighter.
so.
Yeah, he didn't go fight though.
Yeah, he was a PG.
We tried to get him, man. Tried to become part of the family, but he wanted out of it.
So what are you up to now?
Now just running cattle and doing concrete and construction work. Not bad.
There you go.
Keeps you happy every day.
Absolutely.
Doing something with your hands, you know.
Yeah. I can dig wanting to do something with your hands.
This time of year, it's not the best occupation to be in, but you know.
Yeah, concrete plus Texas summer. That's not the best combination.
But you know, I've had to bow out from time to time, but no, yeah, that's what I do. It's fun, and slowly picking up, languages. It's the funny story is one of our best guys, Mikey. You only see his eyes when you go to work because he covers his. He's completely covered with. He looks like he's
Stay out of the sun.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to murder. The whole family. It's crazy. But you say, "Hey, Mikey," and he'll nod at you or whatever. But he and I have worked together for a while, and we've gotten really good at like one word communiques and like a point or a head nod, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't do this, but example would be like agua, and like point to the cooler. And for some reason, Mikey and I get more damn work done.
The nonverbal.
Yeah, with the one word communiques than like anybody else on the crew.
Because you're making it happen. You're not goofing around with the extra superfluous words.
This is what I need. You're right. Cutting through.
So Tim White wants to know if you brought your mom's sunglasses.
Timothy, first of all, these are my sunglasses. Not my mother's, and I did bring them, as you can see. Sammy's taking a drink of his good little brain dead brew that we have right here.
No, this is not Brain Dead Brew. Funny that you asked. This is actually Pegasus City Brewery.
I'm giving free advertising for his competitors.
Oh no, not my competitor. They're my compatriots.
Compatriots. You're welcome. Thank you.
Cannoneer is the bold amber from Pegasus City Brewing. Pegasus City just made papers by signing a lease downtown. They're gonna open a proper brewery in downtown Dallas, and that'll be the first time that I know of, at least in modern Dallas craft, that there's been a proper downtown brewery. Of course, I'm a block and a half outside of downtown, being in Deep Ellum, but they're good folks. They do good things. They do classic styles, a lot of malty stuff and good, clean, classic beers.
Well, and technically, yeah, you may not be downtown because there's a highway that divides you, and technically you're not, but you think of it as the same, at least I do. If I'm going to Deep Ellum, I'm just as easily could be going to downtown. So distance-wise or any of that, it's all the same.
Yeah.
We're all one big community, man.
So where's home for you now?
I like hanging out with the community.
Yeah, big community guy.
Yeah, man. I mean, without community, not to get like existential on anybody here, but without the community, man, what do you have? What do you have if your kids can't go out and play in the front yard and you don't have to have your eyes on them because your neighbors are about, they're good people. Good people really is the bottom line of it all, So,
yeah.
And like back to our original, what I was saying about growing up, man, I'm blessed to have multiple good people in my life, and you being at the forefront of all of it.
Well,
yeah, man.
Back at you, brother. My buddy Austin here, when I moved into the house, my wife likes him enough that she called him up without me calling him to come over for landscaping duty. And before we were even moved in, Shoppe was repairing lawnmowers and helping us do some of the dirty work out there, which was a lot of fun.
A little heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was sweating my balls off by the end of the day.
Yeah, that was a good handful of hours of hard hard manual labor in the
I was led
summertime.
more to believe that it was gonna be, hey, just a couple quick grab, because Samuel had just had, some medical issue, so he wasn't in a position to really lift stuff. So I'm doing all that, but she led me to believe it was gonna be like a 30-minute thing, which turned into like a 3-hour thing.
It was a 3-hour thing.
It was warm.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problems.
So Tim White has another follow-up question. He wants to know about the qualities of Budweiser that make it your number one source of hydration.
Man, Timothy, it's funny you should ask that. It would lead me into another story. There's really no principles of Budweiser that I care about more than I just enjoy the taste, but that may be something I've acquired from drinking it for a while.
Well,
But the reason, I think, subconsciously, the main reason that I drink it is so my father doesn't drink, but my mother does from time to time. And, she'll have a beer, a couple glasses of wine.
Yeah.
But growing up, she would send me to the garage, to the fridge to get a beer for her. And the only beers in our refrigerator were Budweisers. Because Dad didn't drink, so it was only Mom drinking these red and whites,
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of when I started drinking beer and I could afford something besides, Keystone Light or Schlitz or whatever, I started
Douglas brought some Natty Light to the ranch this weekend.
Exactly. I know. I had to drink one of them, man. I was like, am I really drinking Natty Light? Not only am I at the ranch that I'm at, but I don't have any beer better than Natural Light, and I'm 35 years old. Seems like a high school prom party, man.
He walked up and he says, "Where should I put my beer?" And I said, "How about the microwave?"
Yeah.
People used to stash their 12 packs in the microwave back in the.
How about the microwave?
Back when people were stealing beers behind the curtains and in the microwave was where you would go look for beer at our old 19-year-old parties.
In the oven as well.
Oven. That was a good beer stash spot.
Yeah, because you could fit like 3
for sure
12s in there, or whatever.
The only time I ever got busted for having a party, I was so good about cleaning. I checked the oven, I checked the microwave. My dad came home and was like, "I know you partied in here this weekend." And I used to take Polaroid pictures of the house, of every room, and it would be perfect. Yeah. Everything would be exactly the way it was. The little blanket would be off kilter in just the right way. He walked me through the house, was like, "Did you have a party in here? Did you have a party in here?" And he walked me into the master bathroom and pointed at its toilet. He was like, "Did you have a party in here?" I was like, No, I didn't party in the bathroom." And he goes and he puts the toilet seat down. There's a tall boy of Keystone Light 16 ounce just sitting on the back of the toilet. But since the toilet seat was up when I was going and looking everywhere, I missed that.
I bet the culprit for that was Parker Chaddock too. Sorry if I am not supposed to mention other people's names.
No, you're good.
Parker. Yeah, he usually likes his alcohol on the.
Shout out to Boris Azarian being active in chat.
Hey, what's up, Beezy?
We see you, Beezy.
I mean, I don't see you anywhere, but I guess Sam does.
Yeah, I'm paying attention to the chat over here. We got both whites. We got a handful of people. We've always had more than 5 or 6 people at every given time.
Nicholas is
too.
Online?
Oh no! I meant Tim and his wife. Jess.
Hey, what's up, Jess? I didn't know you were present.
The whites are multiplying all the time.
The whites, man, the whites.
I had lunch with old Tim White at Jimmy's Sandwich Shop.
My dirty undies, dude. The whites.
You ever eat at Jimmy's Sandwich Shop?
I have not.
Man,
I've been
you
to
gotta check
Jimmy.
that out.
You talking about the meat shop over on?
Yeah. Meat shop, food store.
HU or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah. Jimmy's, hell yeah.
I had some Jimmy's with Tim White this week.
Hey, good job, Timmy, taking in the Jimmy's for the first time. I buy meat from there sometimes.
Not my first time. I'd like the record to show.
Okay,
not my first time.
I thought he was, he thought he was introducing me to it, but I had been there since a long time as well. The point of it all is we've been here a long, long time as far as families go.
So,
friendships.
So you got any questions for me? When I asked you if you'd do an interview series with me, question number 1, or I said your one contingency was that you got to ask me some questions. You got anything?
Yeah, I think.
Got anything?
I think the better.
boiling?
I think the better quote was you said, "Hey, I think I want to start a show with you." I said, "Hey, motherfucker, I'll interview you." I think that was the response I gave. But yeah,
Sounds about right.
You know, we should plow deep, like, which I will take responsibility of doing. When did you know you wanted to? Did you always know you wanted to kind of follow in the family sort of business?
You know, I'd say
Not with the family, but same line.
so. Shoppy's question for those of you that may or may not know us very, very personally. My old man, Shannon Wynne Sr., owns a handful of restaurants and bars, and Shoppy was asking if I always intended on following in my father's footsteps.
Just as being a restaurateur.
You know, honestly,
I don't really remember growing up you ever being like, this is what I'm going to go do is run a restaurant, you know. I don't remember you enjoying working at the Saucer in the Schummers or whatever.
You know, I dropped out of school when I was 19. I stopped doing engineering at Trinity University. Started mopping floors at Flying Saucer San Antonio and catering for Menger and Associates down in San Antonio. You know, I definitely didn't intend on starting into the beer world. I started giving a shit about beer out the gate.
When you were working at the Saucer,
Yeah.
I feel like not necessarily, was it the one in San Antonio or was it when you moved back here and started working at the one here?
And San Antonio is where Star and Evil were my two first mentors.
Right. Okay.
They taught me that liking beer was cool right when I turned 21, and I kind of became the first certified Cicerone. A Cicerone is to beers, a sommelier is to wine.
Right.
And I was the second in the state of Texas, but I was the youngest in the world for like 9 months.
But correct me if I'm wrong. When you became the Cicerone, we were living together, were we not? I just think
I was
studying heavily for it to pass your test or whatever.
Yeah.
And we talked about it a little bit.
We were living together when I was studying for the Master Cicerone exam.
That's right.
Jeff Fryman,
Yes.
Mate Hartai, and I were studying for the Master
I
Cicerone
remember
exam.
when we went to your
That's
lake.
where we're doing the samples.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I remember going to your lake, and I was driving, and you were shotgunning, but you had your textbooks, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Studying on the way to your lake house. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I've decided to care about beer, and pay attention to it. I like to say I'm a beer geek and not a beer snob. You know, I'll drink Budweiser with you. You know that.
Hey.
I'll try not to, but I will.
I kind of just do this to people like you. Don't be a snob. Enjoy your good beer and
You
take.
mean not people like me. The people that aren't.
because you're cool.
Yeah.
You're very cool.
Don't
But
forget
yes,
that part.
the snobs are the people I get a finger to. Like, fuck you, man. I'm a day worker, right? I'm just thinking, bud, man, you know, back off. So, but how did you go from just getting an interest in beer and you went and you became a Cicerone pretty damn quick?
Yeah, I was the youngest in the world for 9 months.
I remember
or
that.
So.
That was pretty elite. And then I guess what we said, or you said, you studied for the masters when we were together. So, but that still, were you at that time thinking about, hey, I want to have a brewery, my own?
No, I had always kind of wanted to get more involved in beer and be involved in breweries. My dad.
Path that would take you.
My dad always told me. I'll go back a little bit further. My grandfather's dad, my great grandfather,
Yes, right.
Angus Sr.,
His
told my
family's been in the
grandfather
business for a while.
Angus Jr. Go into law because they were a family of lawyers.
Yeah.
Angus Jr. didn't. He went into property development.
And became.
And when my dad was coming up, he started Six Flags and did some cool stuff.
became Angus G. Wynne.
And then when he was growing up, my dad was the baby of his handful of siblings, the youngest of 4, and his dad always told him, "Don't go into any business where people sleep or where people eat." So my dad opened a successful chain of restaurants and bars. My dad always told me, "Sam, stay on the retail side. don't ever go into the production of brewing beer. You stay on the retail side and keep selling beers over the bar.
Money.
So I left his company and opened a brewery. So
making retail
I'm gonna
beer,
tell my children don't ever be successful, and hopefully they'll disobey me.
That's the best way you can tell them, because obviously your family has proven that that's possible by breaking the mold.
So we've talked about some good real stuff here. Let's get a little bit further out there. Unless you got another one.
No, I was just gonna continue. I thought you were telling people to go to bed or something.
Oh no, I'm not ready to wrap this up quite yet.
I still got 3 diesels over here, man.
3 diesels indeed.
Yeah.
So I asked some friends for questions that I would like to ask you, and I got a handful of submissions, but my favorite submission was, what came first, the acorn or the tree? Was the question that we had for you.
The tree.
The tree?
No, the acorn. Sorry.
Well, which one is it?
No, it's the acorn. I was wrong.
Okay.
I wasn't wrong, I just misspoke initially. My brain does not function as other people sometimes does, so I get spun around, but it's the acorn. That's an obvious question.
Duh.
Who the fuck would ask that?
I don't know. You get a lot of weird questions when you tell people. Not a lot of people do the interview thing. They don't like sitting and talking and finding out what happens.
Man,
I love interviews because it's real.
I'm all about
there's no script,
not just a 2-minute bullshit topical.
Yeah, none of that.
The long form.
Long form.
Like, that's why I loved. There's an old show. I mean, I love Bill Buckley. Which you probably detest him, but regardless, he had Firing Line back in the day, and it went off, out of sync. It was on for like 10 years, but before my time. But I'll go back and I'll watch that because it was like long form, like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Side point, long form interviews are good.
Well, I appreciate that. The plan for this video is to add it as a mini series with the Growler Stations, and I'll have them live forever on the YouTube Growler Stations channel, which is another interview series I do. But enough about that. Right now we're Facebook Live, man.
Yeah,
can you believe you're Facebook Live-ing?
I've never been live online anywhere, really.
Why is that?
That's just not my bag, man.
I'm one of your best friends and I live my life online.
I know. All of my best friends live their lives online. I live my line offline.
Why?
There's some very, at the root of it is probably the fact of, is voyeurism and how the esteem that I do not hold voyeurism in. I think people who partake in that sort of thing have serious issues, and I think that it's, one of the issues that's affecting.
I'm still listening.
That's affecting society and is affecting culture, and if the tree's not healthy, you ain't gonna have good fruit come off of it. And we have to always be trying to keep it as healthy as we can. Not to say that anything's perfect or we can do everything to make it better or any of that, but if I can do my part of not partaking in the voyeurism if people go online because they want to be somebody, right? They want Facebook, everybody put pictures of everything they do on there. Everybody wants everybody else to know their whole entire lives. If you want to know my life, then you call me on the phone or you come down and see me.
Well, I do try to do that. I try to call you on the phone.
Yeah, you do. I'm just saying, I'm not into the whole broadcasting of life. Well, I'm not anybody that needs to broadcast my life, and I don't need any strangers looking into my life. And not only that, it's not the stranger thing. That's not even an issue. The issue is fundamentally a societal and cultural issue that if you don't interact, like I said earlier, I really enjoy community.
Yeah.
If you don't interact in a humanistic way with other humans, with technology out of the picture, I mean, a telephone's one thing, but, talking on it, but so many people, especially younger people, whether it's what they're, literally their just heads are in their tablets all day. They're not interacting on an interpersonal level with other human beings to develop a bond with another human being where you know that I'm your best friend and I got your back through whatever, They don't, I think that that's something that can be changed. I don't think that it's the end all be all. It's just something, it's kind of a sad reality of today, but at the same time, technology is what is driving us and is what drives the future. And I love tech. Love it. God gave us the ability to make these supercomputers. That's incredible. And we can do anything we want almost with it.
Certainly.
The matter is not the computer. I love the supercomputer. The matter is the same thing with guns. The gun's not the problem.
I love the supercomputer.
Yeah, I do. The gun's not the problem. The problem is the person pulling the trigger. The problem is the person using the tech in a nefarious way, or just getting subsumed by it where they neglect their families or they neglect being a part of a, social construct.
Yeah. Well, right now we're kind of being conflicting with that logic in that we are bonding, forming a real relationship while being involved on social media.
Yes.
And the argument could be made that we're interacting with more people. There's 7 people watching right now. More than 30, 40 people have, clocked in and out of this conversation, but there's 7 people actually watching right now. And I think that they're, and social media is helping us socialize.
The other 23 people are missing the meat of the conversation.
Missing the meat.
If they already bowed out.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you on that. And that's what I mean. I love tech. Tech's not the problem. The fact that I can do that, or if I'm a CEO and I got branches all over the country, or for that matter, the world.
Yeah.
And we can all, have a meeting and pretend like we're at this bar at the same time.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. And not to mention the biggest probably advance that as far as helping the human race has gone has been medically with the technology, right?
Yeah.
The shit that even, 80 years ago was insurmountable. Now you get a shot when you're born and you don't ever have to deal with it, So tech's not the issue at all. Tech is my friend. For real, it's the people that we have to worry about using it, and I believe in freedom, so use tech how you want. I just am going to...
Just leave me out of it?
Well, yeah, that, or if I need to, I'm going to try to do something better than you so that you're obsolete.
I'm going to try to beat you while you're engaged, exactly. While you're distracted with the tech.
Exactly. But tech's good, like I said. I would not be alive today without technology.
Hey, that's for real.
I can never hate on modern tech or the advancement of tech, and I think it's a fascinating world that we can wake up every day and look forward to the extreme advances that tech is going to make comparatively speaking to the last 60, 50 years. We made big advances, obviously, went to the moon and all that shit.
Did we go to the moon, Shoppy?
Did we go to the moon? That is, everybody, that's for a different night.
Why? Why is it for a different night?
Some intriguing things on that. But
Pete Zodos really likes your choice of beer, by the way.
Thanks, Pete.
Pete, St. Pete's Dancing Marlin. That's my dude right there. Cheers to Pete.
Yeah, y'all, this is fun. Thanks, Pete. I appreciate that. Something funny that happened today was I'm at the market getting like some toilet paper or something. And,
toilet paper and condoms.
Right, basic. Maybe a Red Bull.
some burnable CDs.
I'm in the line though, and this person in front of me is taking a while, so whatever. I'm just staring at the. No, they weren't taking a while. There wasn't even a checkout person. That's what it was. So I'm just
waiting.
I'm just standing there at this line.
CVS or Walgreens?
Across the street at CVS.
All right.
And so I'm just start looking at magazines, and I pick up obviously the Dirk magazine because the hero that Dirk is, and wanted to check that out. But it's ironic because I'm coming to talk to Sam tonight. I already know this when I'm at CVS.
This one?
Yes, and I just flip it open, and the first freaking page it flips to is this cat's face taking a shot of beer, and I was like, "What the shit?"
Yeah, that was really surprising.
I did a big double take, and I was like, "Wait, I'm about to talk. Is that you?" Yeah, it was, man. So congratulations on the mention in the Best of D, bro. That's a big deal.
The pictures of me were almost as big as the pictures of Dirk in that magazine.
Man, pretty damn close, man. Full page. Yeah, they didn't crop you down. You may not have been as big as Dirk, but you got the full page. And so I want to say congratulations for that. Y'all are kicking ass, man, and keep it up.
Well, thank you.
Brain Dead Brewery, Dallas, Texas.
Well, that seems...
Deep Ellum, Texas. He's brandishing the apparel right now.
I am brandishing the apparel. Well, that was, I think, pretty good for episode 1 of Shop Talk. Do you have anything else you feel like you need to cover?
Man, the thing is with Shop Talk is when you go to the shop, you just talk.
Yeah.
And that's all we're doing is talking. And
that's it.
It may mean absolutely fucking nothing. You may it literally may have zero meaning in your life. So it's not a very good endorsement to tune in again, but I'm saying that there is deep ground to be plowed, and we'll get into all of that. This was just...
We're plowing some deep ground.
Yeah, this was just a little, getting our toes in the water with y'all folks sort of thing.
Where's the pineapple just came from?
I actually suggested it. He was using it as a prop for himself in the camera. So
I was using it for camera focus.
So he could focus the camera, and then he starts using me, and I was like, well, we can at least maybe use this for a centerpiece of the table, and it worked out well. It's hiding our beers and doing good. But I appreciate you liking the pineapple.
Certainly.
Bored.
So I think that's it. It's time to wrap it up.
I'm good.
If anybody has now that you've seen what we're all about, like I said, I'm going to put this on YouTube and my Growler Station's YouTube channel. You'll be able to check us out there. Schoppe has agreed to do this again next week, right? We're going to do this once a week.
In perpetuity, as far as I know.
In perpetuity, from now until forever, we're going to continue making videos. I wanted to do Talkin Schop is I think what I'm going to go with, but
if y'all have,
part of me wanted Shoppy Talk, like a coffee talk throwback. I don't know exactly where I stand on that. So let me know if you like Shoppy Talk or Talkin Schop or Shoppy Talk or what. I don't know what you want, gabbing with Shop. I don't know. There's a lot of options out there. But let me know in the comments, and hopefully we can go on and continue to do this and get to some more good dirt. So thank you for your time. I appreciate you, sir. And thank you all you guys watching, especially Boars and Tim. Supper and Suds. Tim's a big fan of Supper and Suds. We'll leave that in the hat. So vote for Talkin Schop, Shoppy Talk, or Supper and Suds. Maybe we can make some food next time.
Supper and Suds with Shoppy. Or something. But yes, Tim, one thing about this, I already told Samuel that I'm going to have to schedule probably a bi-monthly night that I get to have free reign over his brand new kitchen because it is incredible. And he agreed. So maybe that'll be one of the nights. We'll do one when we're in here cooking, maybe.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, maybe Thursday next week. I don't know if we're going to turn on Thursday, but definitely weekly. Appreciate you guys coming out, following along. And Shoppe, thank you so much for your time. Good hanging with you, brother. I love you,
Appreciate
dude.
that, man. Love you too, man. Y'all have a good night out there.